I don't know. We've got a plan for opening this up. But hey, for Enterprise fans, we're here. Time. Adam Cup experience. Indigo Imps. Dead set on perfection. We've worked up. A little bit dead set on maybe ending it. I'm Demarine. Hi, Garen. It's time. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, good evening, Demarine. How are you doing tonight?
I am in the process of chilling. Feels pretty good. Just sort of picking around and getting a feel for this flag set. Like, because Adam Cup's cool. It was definitely one of my favorite flag sets of all time. So I'm here and ready for the experience.
Sounds good. I think this might have been one of my earlier experiences. Did not go well. Surprise, surprise. But anyways, yeah, it's a nice little callback to the Adamant Cup experience. So we've got uh, 4 objectives on the board: defeat the boss of the Dwarf Castle, conquer Vanilla Crystal Sword Altar, liberate Baron Castle, and get 12 key items along the way, and then go and defeat the bot. Pretty simple task list. It's just a case of where are your items, because all these are required. So you got to find, at the very least, your Darkness Crystal and your Baron Key.
And 10 other on top of that.
Indeed. And
We're
we've
gonna
got...
see
Go ahead. All right. I was going to say, we've got some 4 flags going here to make this a little bit spicier from the original experience. So, in addition to our usual a main summon and moon spots, we've put the no free item the bedward usually has in the dwarf castle. Sid's now holding it in the bed. We've also got an unweighted key item distribution. So that means the key items might be more tending towards the moon than they sometimes typically are.
Yay. I love when runners have to do the moon.
It's always a fun time when they get stuck up in the moon, especially if they decide to fade the moon. The moon is very hard required. They're going to visit regardless, though, because Crystal Altar, so at least 1 trip. Let's see, other things. We've got a party limit of 4, which is one of the things about the Advent Cup. There is no hero flag, so they are free to choose their own anchor. Kind of unusual for our tournaments recently, but see how that goes. Someone's going to be on the floor a lot, I'm sure. We've got S price 200, means that regular items in the item shops are double the cost. So life pots are now 1,200. Your sirens are 8,000 gold. It makes it a little bit harder to buy some of the things you'd like.
Yeah, but the adamant armor's out there. Is Adamant Cup. Good still. Adamant armor.
The adamant armor is there.
It exists this time. Not a normally tournament staple.
That is true. We've got an objective bonus of 25% for each of these objectives they complete. So obviously, we're trying to get these checked off as fast as possible for experience growth. And it looks like we've got a start, at least on Lord Goober's side. I could go in just a second here. Yeah, we get a CP with an elixir and a Yang. All right. What a start.
Well, Yang's handy, I guess. I mean, he has a big pile of hit. Like the idea is, there's a lot of characters out there at random, but like since they're in random boxes potentially as well as in character check spots, it's tough out.
That is true. We've seen some races actually have been significantly altered because of characters found along the way. I mean, if you find the Kane hiding in a box, it's not anywhere else easily, and there's, let's say, an Avenger somewhere nearby. It's like, hey, that's a nice advantage.
Yeah, it possibly means we're going to see some treasure chests that we normally don't see either. I think that's the big thing. The idea is that you're willing to gamble on a box that you don't think your opponent's going to open in hopes of getting important items like, say, a Leviathan summon and a Baron immediately for Lord Goober, so getting rewarded for both checking for information with Tella as well as popping that box. Wildish does mean we are going to be seeing some business end of the business all over the place here, which is pretty great.
Yeah, and we see that we had Tella sitting in the inn having tea with some dolls, so it is potentially a nice early source of exit once that can be done.
God, Star Veils are so expensive. 6K a pop, huh? You want to stock up?
JRTate is in Evelyn Castles, found the Black Cat Lamia chest. We'll reset out of that. Found some good stuff in there so far.
Definitely have one of his favorite locations for a very long time now in terms of because of just the scaling, right? Hourglass 2, super useful. Wait, there's no key items in these boxes, but, big high-power drops do exist in the encounter chest for sure.
Oh, Stardust Rod. That's nice for Rydia to start out with.
Yeah, it's the other half of the Stardust plus, Leviathan plan that he could hold for our runners. There's an Artie bow, too, so if you find, even Sid, Sid really shines with that as a weapon.
Yeah. Or even Porum or Rosa, especially if a heroine robe happens to show up, that could be a nice bit of early power.
I think has had enough of Castle Evelyn here. Nope.
Gonna
go for
saving
a third
in,
dip.
Going for a little bit more. There's a lot of good stuff in Evelyn Castle typically. Occasionally it's a poverty castle, but not usually.
Yeah, Lord Goober doing the other sort of higher powered check, which is there ain't nothing going on in Watery Pass other than boxes. So, sometimes you also get the business end of good stuff here too. But so far, this has been pretty empty of anything other than that's a drop for selling. Web's okay, but
it could give a similar drop to one of the two sages there for if we get them in the party soon enough.
True. Seems fairly unexciting though. There's the defense sword. Nobody to swing it yet. We do know that Tella is out there in the great wide world at Baron Inn, which also not very exciting, honestly. But
well, Tella's not often exciting, especially I think in the Ace flag set, given the way it's set up. But I mean, he can pull his weight in some of these flag sets.
I mean, with
I've used him as emergency blink at times, but yeah, I mean, Party 4. Oh, Curse Ring on Goober's side. That's
yeah. I mean, it's not C hero, so agility manipulation is a lot easier and a lot more on the table here. Siren as well, which is going to be super nice to have floating around. So yeah, good consumables there at least. It's nice to see the consumables, especially because they're double price. Its sirens are probably priced fairly incorrectly at 8K, but a lot of money.
There are some people who probably like the price of sirens increased even more than 8K, depending on their opinion of them.
At launch they were $100,
and that quickly now became untenable.
Yeah, imagine being able to do 30 sirens in a dream without even having to care about how much the sirens actually cost.
Yeah, now this is interesting. Goober got an exit from Damesian Treasury here. That might mean goes for the back of Hobbs and he goes up there.
So all done with first of looting with Stardust Rod equipped now.
Ooh, Heroine Robe.
That does go good with that Artemis bow.
Yep, which Goober doesn't have yet, but he does have a power staff.
I mean, you take what you got, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's still very nice for Rydia. There's also that Blitz Whip over there. It could possibly be useful in this situation.
Working the baseball bat for sure. It's a Yang duplicate. It's Rubicon. Not resetting yet.
Yeah. Now, in this case, dupes are not on, so we can have two Yangs, as you see in the party there.
Tate's opting in. Ice Claws on these Yangs means that this fight is going to be over in an absolute hurry. Power also super useful because you don't get counterattacks, although this Glare is going to sting a little bit.
That's okay. That can be the Anchor Yang going forward.
That Yang could also just be excised from the party here.
Yeah, once we get enough. We've got the Indra summon as the freebie from Goober's side here. Looks like he's going to go and take up the backside the front way.
Yeah, Tate's got double Yangs now. So four Fists of Fury here, and he's going to head on off the mountain onward to likely a football angle, probably, just to kind of keep the line moving. No, we're going to go back to Amlot. Makes sense. Does crash the airship in the desert, though. So,
yep, we got an elixir from Goober there. It'll never be used. It's just there for decoration.
Goober not interested in doubling his punching power here, so he's going to take the pass on Yang and move on with his life as well.
Yep, looks like we're off to Antline Cave as well.
Yep, Tate's got a Stardust Rod. Goober's got a Leviathan summon. Not much separating the runners otherwise at this juncture, so I think Goober's maybe a little ahead on chopping, but that's really about it at this point.
Yep, can't use the Leviathan yet, but does have the Heroine Robe as the differential there, and has power staffs and a headband, so the Radiant's not going to exactly be doing nothing here.
The Stardust Rod is a good use item early in the game as well, so it's not a big get like that doesn't have a big summon because it just needs to show up in a shop and it's okay.
Yep, the Carter chest has a Hermes sandal. We've got a Water Hag here, so this will be free for learners. Just 3 hits, it's down. Power don't matter here. And the runners will high five on the screen. Goober has named the Edward Nope, which is leading to some hilarious chats there from Hannah.
Yeah, I was a little confused for a moment there. I'm like, oh, 3 names. Right. I'm very good at this.
Yeah. Well, considering that the Yang is named Maybe and the Riddy is named Blarg, I think we've got some humor there in the names. Hey, it's a hook. I like a hook route.
I'm always a fan of the hook route. We'll see if we're also interesting because, see if our runners check the shops there or they want the character before they do more on the overworld. So I guess we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
Tate learning an important lesson about this door, which is that this door is a...
Yeah, unfortunately, these doors act more like the ones in the Dwarf Castle. I think it's like you can't, if you've gone through more than just the 2, it doesn't work.
Yep, but you cannot do the 64 floor glitch from here, interestingly enough, to the best of my knowledge.
I never even considered that.
I've seen some things.
We always have runners willing to break the game for new and exciting ways.
Look, I was there the first time it happened. Where were we? Tate is going to loot Damsian. Goober is going to take this hovercraft and is interested in whatever's going on in Cave Evelyn at this juncture.
Well, let's see. You got a power shirt. That's nice.
That's great. You love to see that when you've got Yang in your party. Get that big strength going.
Yep. Also cuts down on your spending items for later on, if you can manage to find it somewhere.
Yep. Coffins are a little pricey, folks. But if you want them, they're here. All this heavy armor going to use, and by use I mean like the miracle that is the Cave Evelyn pawn shop here.
Loads up on some coffins and some Bacchus. That's not a bad idea.
But maybe our runners should also make note if Bacchus wine is here. They need more than the couple that they've picked up at this point. Then you want to be able to make sure you come back here and obtain more.
There's an ice brand and some mute arrows in that weapon shop. We're passing for now. I think we're going to also skip all the chests until we see who the hook character is and who the lovely boss is at the end of this thing. What are you rooting for?
Nothing yet. Like, do I want to see something bad here? I don't know. Like,
on Turtle.
I've seen that enough.
No, it looks like it's a dark elf with a Porum being burned by the dark elf.
We do love a white mage though. Yeah, Tate is now in the process of figuring out what equipment no longer needs. Cannot buy 10 Bacchus wines. They are way too expensive.
The white mage in this case has been named Exit by Goober. Apparently, Porum has only one task in hand here.
Then why is the forum not named Berserk? I'm so confused.
That must be Rosa.
No, most people are much nicer to Rosa. I'm so confused though. Forum is obtaining a bow at this point for background purposes.
Yep. And it looks like getting the power staff as well for the early going here. Okay, now we got to save, and now we're probably getting some box checks here.
Tate is having that moment of, oh god, I want to open all these boxes, but if I hit the monster in a box, it could be bad. You can see it.
Well, yeah, it's like, go do the thing. Oh, there's an ice brand for free. Not good, not bad.
Yeah, free is a good price for things. I'm a fan of getting things for nothing as opposed to having to spend, 33k on it. Goober does find the monster box. It is the center box of the 3-pack on the bottom right side. Okay.
All right, so now we can just loot out the rest of all this on the way out. Still hoping probably for a mystery character stuffed in a box here somewhere. We'll see if they get lucky in that regard. Maybe, maybe not.
Could be Edward just stuffed in a box somewhere.
Yeah, Zeus Gauntlet for free. That's nice.
Gauntlet Power Shirt is kind of where you want to be on Yang because he doesn't scale with weapons. He scales with stats. And Power Shirt, Zeus Gauntlet do give you a ton of stats. Tate's not even interested in opening boxes on the way out. He's just hauling it out.
We'll see if that makes a difference on... Oh, Bahamut. That would make a difference.
Oh, that makes a difference. That may...
We see that Goober is going to hit the inventory boss momentarily if that inventory is not cleaned up.
Correct.
And that's it. He's just leaving. All right.
He's like, I got Bahamut. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm feeling good. Tate has missed 2 big summons at this point on the looting route. Likely to get the Leviathan and Baron, though. It is in a spot that runners commonly loot when they go in there, which is the center pot. But he does have to go there first. He's going.
This is for full defense. Okay. And Goober's going to go to the same place. In Goober's case, this makes a lot of sense. This will get Bahamut online for at least 1 cast.
And Power Shirt only for the Young on our left screen here, but that's okay. There's a lot of looting still to come, I'm sure.
Sylph and Odin here in the Fabul shop, if that interests anybody.
Tate likely to buy a summon then for use for a little while. We'll see.
I think that makes a good bit of sense. Probably the Sylph, I would think. Goober's going to buy those super expensive life bots.
You need more. Like a big thing, Odin doesn't kill most of the bosses in the game.
That's true. It'll only kill 3? With the 4th as an asterisk?
The 4th is an asterisk is the interesting one, at least. It looks like it kills that one, but it doesn't. Miss Dragon.
Oh, I was talking about the gauntlet being the asterisk, because it will kill those, but you have to use it like 5 times.
Oh, I was talking about regular Mylon as the asterisk, where you can actually slash through. It will kill the zombies, and it will look like it kills Mylon, but then you have to fight it with Mylon. Right?
Aha.
Goober has enough mana for Indra, but not for anything bigger yet. But we'll soon have Leviathan online.
Yep, and this Demus is going down pretty soon. Unfortunate bonus value in this flag set because Rydia's mom is not holding anything in this particular flag set. It's actually Sid in the bed in the basement. So just a regular boss for these, and that's that.
Both runners are through. As Rydia gets levels, that means more spells, which is kind of a big deal for, especially for Goober, who's already got the summon in hand.
Ooh, Darkness Crystal. Okay, so we've got access to the Crystal Sword altar now.
Unlikely to head up that way for a little bit, but...
That is true, although with that hourglass that JRTate has, he could choose to go up there and maybe pick out some hair dryers for some experience.
That is a big experience cash out, honestly. It's just, you do have to survive the 4 melee hits. It's a big problem because you'll stop the enemies, but they'll still go for a little bit, so...
Yeah, but I think Young in the back row with the power shirt could probably sustain it, I think. Goober is going to at least raise the whale.
Oh god, Sylph is 60k. That's not worth it. And
Yeah,
I say that's not worth it.
and you know what Bahamut costs then, right?
Yeah, but that's 120k for, extreme high magical power, right? Like the kind of
Yeah,
power
but
that destroys small bosses.
yeah, but can you imagine the conversation when you're over at the comparing your notes and it's like, yeah, I got this right Bahamut. It cost 120,000 gold, and it's like, I got the same thing, but it cost 0.
Yeah, fair. Free is the right price for pretty much everything. Goober is used to raise the whale. Tate is decided it's time to go into Baron. Tate, I need you to oh, Tate's missing the pot with Leviathan in it down there. Right there. It's right there. I'm so sad for you.
Has decided it is not worth the investment of time, and that's unfortunate. The dolls are going to go down one shot to this Stardust Rod, easy peasy. Now, what is behind it?
Please talk to a Hummingway. I'll love you forever. It's
It's an
Asura.
Ashura.
There we go. We got humming. We got sirens. But more importantly, we've got humming.
Goober being a man of the people tonight, I guess. That's nice. We're going to get another check here, then. It looks like the character. Makes sense.
We need to throw a second Star Veil here to get the Reflect. Goober
Let's
is
see.
going to check character.
Let's see DKC.
You can't see DKC in this flag set. It's only Paladin.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Paladin. I always forget to see Paladin is on. Hey, it's Rosa. It's the other white mage.
Love white mages. They're the best.
And this takes called Archer. Okay.
See?
Oh, that heroin robe is getting transferred. Hot potato with a heroin robe in the seed.
Well, that was fast.
Well, it's not likely to change hands again. At least we know that much.
At least until you take it off to make Rosa your healer for the late game, I guess.
We could just leave it on Porum the whole way. Porum can handle it.
Ain't having a time of it here.
There's the one problem with this party. Rydia is the only thing that really can do damage here in a good quantity with that Stardust Rod. But it is a tad punchy here. But Rydia can take the hits.
Yeah, back row with some gear. I think the heroin robe is on the Rydia here, which is just fine.
It doesn't reduce the power of the Stardust. That's helpful. And let's see. So we get Atella for exit.
If you want it.
And we get a wizard hat.
Hat for a wizard. Tella's a wizard.
He is a wizard, that's true. But he's not really a great white mage altogether when it comes to the actual healing part of things. Unless you're using Cure 4 on someone individually.
Yep, so no wizarding here. So Tella gets benched by Tate. Pop.
Real value is the wizard hat we can sell for cash on the way.
You need a lot of cash. We want to buy more tools.
It's a fraction of a life pot.
I mean, everything is a fraction of a life pot. Sometimes a fraction is just bigger than one. Don't do math on Twitch.
It's not recommended anyways.
What? I am known to do forbidden things on stream. Math on Twitch is one of them.
Among other things, yes. Let's see. I think we're getting a Bahamut cast here. I think we're just time
we are absolutely
one.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a Bahamut cast here. We want out of this fight right about now.
Ooh, but unfortunately, Rydia took a bit of a hit there.
Pick her up and try it again later, I guess, or just fight her way through.
Yeah, I think we're just going to aim it down with Rosa here. Not quite dead. That's like a couple hundred HP left. And unfortunately,
time is being wasted. You have Dark Imps here though.
And now all
Fairly-
of the party is dead. For Rosa. All right.
Okay, I think are we gonna get Rydia to reprise of Rydia? Let's actually not attack and try and actually do some damage here.
Yeah, I mean, a Bahamut right into out from Rosa should get this done.
Like it's 4,000 damage. Like the Bahamut might just do the job on its own. I haven't seen like anything like a Tiara yet, but
It came close.
did good damage. 3744 is nothing to cough at. It's like just enough. That's very lethal.
And while we were there, we kind of missed the first fight over here on Mount Ordeals that JRTate is doing.
It was Dark Imps and it was 3 Stardust Rod throws to finish the fight.
And now we have a Leviathan. The Ice 2 is going to be a little bit dangerous here.
Yeah, also just gonna lose half your health to start the fight. Not pleasant either. Quarter your health to start the fight. So fine. And not having the big summon is really sort of cramping JRTate style here, because this is another one that would go down pretty quickly to singular Leviathan and or Bahamut cast.
Yeah, I mean, or Goober has the advantage that almost anything that is seen on the overworld is one Bahamut cast and it is dead.
Yeah, like you're doing boxes up here. You know why you can do boxes here? Because everything up in here is one Leviathan is one cast away from dying. For life glitches here, it looks like. This looks like it's a coffin play.
Yep, not a bad play, although no life glitches because the timing is a little bit off there with Porum down. If you
Yeah,
only
that
get Porum
happens.
up, yeah, it's an occupational hazard. But we're just going to coffin it away and our problems go away.
Speaking of problems going away, some Stardust throws and some Yang punches, and Leviathan's also going away on our left side screen here. Runners are not experiencing too much of trouble. Like I said, the summon Sitch might get Tate in trouble, but we'll see if things get better. If things get better as we go. Like you just need the crystal.
Yeah, we found Hanzo Steel on Uber's side there.
Hanzo Steel's worth a lot of money.
It is. Your room coming up for JRTate. It's the whole party at least, so this should be all right.
Yeah, the hourglass.
Stardust Rod
Not good actually for Tate here.
doesn't actually see what the boss was because there's no point. It doesn't really matter in the end. But that also means that Tella will not get the upgrades in the spells. So probably not keeping Tella long term, I wouldn't think.
I mean, Tate, gonna revert to the outside save. That makes sense. Didn't take Tella anyway and was disinterested in Tella, so continues to be disinterested in Tella.
Yep. Looks like we're getting a raising of the whale here. Delman's skull. I burn a firebomb here, which is not that good considering Rosa does not have a whole lot of HP.
Yeah, no one in this party has quite enough HP to take out the skulls with the firebomb, so
Yeah,
here we are.
Maybe Yang could have if Yang was a little bit more healed, but no experience on Porum this time around because Blarg was just a little bit too late.
Speaking of things with them, that is a 6,000 cast on the fight, so good times.
Here's what a Stardust Rod does to your power there. Ooh, Holy Sword. Well, if the guy shows up, that's good news.
Yeah, the man will now have a plan. That plan is, exquisite Holy Sword based violence.
Goober finds the other one here. Let's see. We're doing an hourglass. Yang showing the defensive power of those Zeus gauntlets.
Yeah. Our girl Blarg doesn't have the juice to Blarg again here, so.
That's okay. We've got Rosa here with the appropriate bow and arrow to deal with this.
A life glitch here, but it's okay. Experience is not super hard to come by, I feel like, at this point.
I think that's right. I mean, again, there's a hairdryer chest sort of sitting out there if either runner really wants it at some point. Goober already has sirens, so as soon as it gets underground, we're probably going to see some eggs burst up there, I would think. Should be alright for experience in the end.
Let's see if Tate decides upon doing the hairdryers here. Probably very likely to check and see sirens here at the humming shop first. Well,
Oh, there's the adamant armor. Okay. See, validated. We found it.
I mean, I guess,
It's going on, it's going on Rydia because we are going to be vlarging to our heart's content now.
Yeah, it's time to form in the middle and strap a curse ring to her, probably.
Or coffin. Either way, it's fine.
Yeah. Goober is very getting the better of us in terms of better of the treasure chest game here, having the two big summons back to back on top of the now adamanted armor as well. Those hair dryers do very quick work to Tate here, though.
Yeah, you gotta give it another try. I think this might be more successful if Yang was in the back row, at least to absorb more than one hit.
Yeah, like, the thing is the tough thing here, as you can see, is that we're gonna get the hourglass off, and we should be fine now. I don't think we get 4 more swings, but if we do, we're obviously hosed. Rydia had dodged the one swing that went her way, and that's that, huh? Must be nice. Living that charmed life.
All it takes is one.
Yeah, has decided it's just time to go the hook route at this point with this much juice. Tank.
Yeah, it has the power. This is going to be, I think, a bloodbath, whatever is down here. We know it's actually the Dark Elfin spot, too. Okay, take the chest first. Maybe hoping for a second adamant.
Yeah, let's get greedy. Like, what's better than one adamant armor?
Rose must have the charm arrows on. That would be why those are going down so fast.
Yep. There was a 10-pack pretty early on, so makes sense.
It must be a charm claw on Yang there. So yeah, it has the weapons to get this down.
Ice Claw also does bonus damage as
Ice
well.
Claw,
So.
okay. Ooh, second adamant armor. Okay.
It was second adamant armor. What do you know?
All right. Goober is putting the pedal to the metal here.
I mean, now it's just time to just jam on the accelerator here. So Indigo Imps. Not looking so hot for the perfection here, huh?
Let's not try to curse it here. I mean, depending on what shows up, if there's an adamant armor, it could put Tate pretty much back almost with parity with gear for the summons. It's a nice bunch of levels there. Dragoon Spear. Well, we don't have anybody who can use that yet.
Yeah, that's money. That's great.
It's also maybe potentially useful against some bosses if a cane shows up.
True. It's starting to feel, at least on Goober's side, a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Goober's not going to heal before going into this fight, which if it's Ogo is going to be a bit of bad news.
Let's reset then. It'll be funny. Well, I'll laugh. We'll get a laugh out of it.
It's a Bahamut, so healing doesn't matter at all.
And the big thing is that adamant armor is not really going to do enough either here, to be sure. So, either got to choose do damage real quick or throw a Star Veil here. So we'll see.
Yeah, but it's only one Star Veil, because that should be enough.
Yeah, 6,000 health, roughly.
Yeah, Rose is not going to get enough shots off, I don't think. So I would say it's okay, maybe not.
It is en route as well at this point. I grab a couple coffins for his troubles.
Down to 2. Here's the safety Star Veil, just in case.
Yeah, better to use it now and not die.
Okay, turns out not to be necessary. But that was a little bit closer probably than we would like to see. No
Yeah.
Neurocod, we have not seen Wyvern yet. Can't be here on the hook route, though, because we don't have unsafe mode on, so can't see a Veil or a Golbez or a Wyvern on the path underground. Unless there was a Magma Key somewhere and we just missed it. I don't... I might have checked all the spots.
This is not like on the one hand we know this is an adamant armor. On the other hand, we don't know if Tate can actually survive this fight this time around. I'm hoping that Tate does. I really want to see the adamant armor here. I really want to see this seed get a little tighter at this point. Dark Elf has a lot of things that also pierce adamant armor, but yeah, you go, girl. Rose is very angry and here for violence, I guess.
Yep, the Dark Elf has changed forms, so... Alright, Tate does get through the ailment. We'll get at least one adamant armor on the board, and the first one's always the most important.
Yeah, first one is a very, very big power multiplier for sure. This probably also means that Tate will not be opening boxes further down. Maybe Tate's a savior to open boxes, but it'll be interesting to see where that adamant armor ends up.
A deep breath there. That's going to take out the Porum again. And of course, that's when the Dark Elf goes down. So I know Goober wanted to get experience on the Porum, but if Porum's being your anchor, maybe you don't need it. Although, yeah, Cursed Ring. What does it really matter?
Yep. Porum is here to do one very important thing, and that's not get experience points and have low agility. If relative agility means that if she's at 1 agility, then everybody who is at above like 5 agility runs at the same speed no matter what, so it doesn't really matter.
Yep, although if Porum happens to be at 0 agility along the way somewhere, that's where things get a little bit interesting. It's always, be careful when they're below 1 agility. It's like, when do they actually pop to 0?
Yeah, then the math gets weird, because then the system is dividing by 0, and it goes, sure what to do with this, everybody go! Like, what?
Yeah, everybody being at the fastest possible speed is always a hilarious thing. Goober is through the hook route, just about 30 launching the Falcon. Tate is yet to get into the fights, and I think Tate's going to have a slightly longer path through just because it doesn't have the Blarg.
Yeah, like it's a big enough deal, honestly, at this point to kind of lay out a lot of pain here.
Yeah, I think Goober's going to go to the Dwarf Castle first because that's an objective, 25% bonus experience for doing it. And Zip will heal up first. We'd like a maximum blarging capacity on that Rydia. Don't make MP batteries yet, so gotta recharge.
They dunk her headfirst into the healing pot, and then she is so angry that all she can do is cast Bahamut.
It would be nice if you could actually Zerk Rydia and she does nothing but cast Bahamut, no matter how much HP she happens to have.
Bahamut Zerk. Yeah, that'd be a thing, certainly.
It'd probably be a thing that would make Rydia very restricted in other ways, but...
Spell Zerker. Yeah, Narrowcat's got the idea. She just starts randomly casting random summons for Liz, so doing Dwarf Castle becomes really bad.
We got the Hourglasses for sale here in the Dwarf Castle.
Green Crew's here. I guess the first race wrapped up. Hi, everybody. We're here. It's the second race of the night.
Welcome.
We're here. We're adamant cupping. We've got 2 adamant armors on Goober's side. We've got 1 on Tate's side. Goober's about to get the item from Sid, because Sid's got an item.
Hey, it's a Legend Sword. It's half a forge.
That's half. That's a key item. That's 100% of a key item. It's
Yep,
8 and a third. It's 8 1/3% to finishing the seed in terms of 12 key items.
Okay, math on stream again.
I did it. Let's go.
It also happens to explain why Sid is in the bed. Apparently, when you blow things up, you get a Legend Sword stuck in your back somehow, and the nurses didn't take it out. So, Dwarven medical team could be doing a little better than they are right here. Take a save outside, and then probably going to
Nuke it from orbit.
Yeah, I mean, I think one Blarg should pretty much take out, or close to take out this first boss, and it'll definitely take out the second one in one shot.
It'll be close on the first boss. It depends on the gearing. I think Rydia's got the adamant armor though, which means that the first one should
Well,
probably
with it being a guard type, it'll take it out in one shot because it's
Oh,
split,
it will definitely
split
split
HP.
yeah, split HP. Yep. Never mind, everything's fine. Goober like is not even like going to check the freebie over at like Land of Summon Monsters. Just like, cool, we're just doing this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you want the bonus experience as soon as you can get it in there. He has the power to take this, I would say, almost no matter what was here, that would be fine.
Love bonus experience.
Leaves the Porum on the floor. Porum doing her best impression of Tella, one of her idols, I think, based on the way the story goes.
He does respect her elders.
It imitates quite well.
So the character that you're thinking of is Leonora from the award-winning Final Fantasy for the After Years. See, I knew I'd say something really dirty on stream today.
Oh, we got an edge. We're getting rid of Yang. Makes total sense for that.
We've got Hanzo Steel.
We do. And Bahamut is learned for free, so that'll be a bonus to Tate once this gets done.
Yeah, just a matter of the fact that it's taking so much time to get through stuff without it beforehand. It's the tough part.
That is true, but at least the seed will be kind and will let Tate catch up without having to spend 120,000 gold for the pleasure.
A lot of money. My
It is a
student
lot of money.
loans. Student.
Yeah, I mean, mage school is expensive.
I know. You know how much it takes to be a white mage these days? You don't want to know. You actually just don't want to know.
All right, Peldim is down. Cousin of the Dark Imp over there on the left screen with Tate.
Noodle dragons are great. Love a noodle
So that
dragon.
is that is one objective coming on the board now for Lord Goober. We do not have the warp glitch on, so can't actually see what this item is that the hand is stealing.
Tate has a problem.
Oh dear.
That is solo berserked Yang.
I hope this is close to dead.
I do too. I mean, it's the deep breaths. I think are the only thing that are going to do damage because I think Yang does have the adamant armor at least, but Yang is going to lose 115 health each cast, like guaranteed. That's the problem.
Yeah, 10%
here, right?
percent per. He's got about 2 more he can take.
Yeah, Yang, I believe in you. You need to do this. Do this for the stream.
Yeesh.
Swing for the fences. Please crit. One more time. Oh.
Oh, and Tate knew it. He had to reset. Oh my goodness, that feels very bad.
That is not good at all.
That's a case where it's like maybe it's good to just throw the stop on the Dark Elf. I mean, they want to get through it as fast as you can, but it is vulnerable to stop.
I don't have the hourglass. I think it was burnt earlier.
Right, but I mean, Rydia does no stop. I mean, that's on the table.
Yeah, we'll buy time at least.
At least a cycle or two to just get some people back up, get some heals out.
Yeah, buying time. I mean, time is valuable. Yeah. Goober is now giving us a look at the Land of Summon Monsters items and freebie here. So this is the key to the Seal's Cave.
All right, so Luca is following right on there.
Give that one a look-see.
Goober does have also the objective down for completing the Dwarf Castle, so up 1-0 on that. It wasn't a KI, Stony. It was, I think, a Silence Staff.
But it was hard required, so, you know, get reset out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you had to do it no matter what happened to be there, so. Okay. We're just going to reflect that. And all right, Bahamut is down again. Goober running into an inventory boss, which so far is about the only boss it seems that can stop him so far. Although, hold on. The Fate March may say, hold my beer. We see a mute knife. And there it gets bought.
Yeah, it's just as good as the full moon, basically, but also gives you mute coverage, which is always fantastic. Cannot tell you how many times that seen runners killing Zeromus with, like, double mute knives.
Yeah, and it's also very nice if we happen to run into the sisters along the way somewhere. We have not seen them yet. Okay. We got a DKC and some form of Mylon.
That's unpleasant.
This is the Mylon and Friends. I think with the Adamant duo over here, we're not really worried about Mylon's counterattacks because Lit 1 is going to just be a tickle, and even the punches from this Mylon, with as strong as the spot is, Adamant should cover that whole thing, so.
Some dead zombies right now.
Well, they were already dead, and then they were undead, and now they're just whatever a dead zombie happens to be.
Pile of dust. Cinders and flame.
It sounds unpleasant.
Yeah, I'm not really into that myself. You put me out in the sun for like 35 minutes, and that's what I turn into, so, you know.
Yeah, some people tan, some people don't, as the saying goes.
I'm a member of Team Lobster. I turn into a lobster.
Well, in that case, then let's just hope there's no butter around here, because someone might get hungry. I had dinner, so don't worry. Anywho.
That's fair. Anyway.
I think we're just about to get this Mylon down here on Goober's side.
Yeah,
Hasn't been complaining about the body yet, but it should be soon. Edge is over there basically trying to play the lottery here.
If he dodges 200 lightning strikes, he gets his ultimate weapon.
One we got for free. Oh, there's the body. Okay, down we go.
$35,000 experience. Nice. More importantly, we get
value. Rat tail.
Knowledge of a better future. Key item. Another check. We're at 5. Goober's making progress.
And the inventory boss is back.
Inventory boss is very, very bored at this point in time. It's just showing up, going, "Hey, I'm here. I'm here to hang out."
Yeah. Now, that DKC, unfortunately, yeah, adamant armors don't help against that attack, so we're just leaving.
Yeah, DKC can languish, I guess. Yang does not have enough hit points to take like 2 hits and an elixir himself, so
it's not yet, but maybe after some eggs are cracked, there might be a possibility.
I mean,
so we're gonna set up Sheila 1.
Could have the key to Baron Castle, which would be hilarious. Yeah, Lord Goober doesn't even have Yang anymore.
Good point. Yeah, he's right. Trade it for Edge.
Hilarious. Yeah, there's the stop cast from Tate now, so gonna lock it in to buy some time. Makes good sense.
What?
Sylphs are here. No pan yet though, so we're just gonna go ahead and check that off for the free check at Sheila 1.
Yeah, now the question is, do you do Sheila first and hope for the pink tail, or do you do the rat tail first and maybe hope for the pan?
Do Sheila first, you hope for the pink tail, and maybe double up on getting your 3rd adamant armor if the game is willing. Goober does need to transfer over here at ruined Evelyn Station to pick up the hovercraft, so I'm gonna go do the tail first.
These days, everyone's going to set up an intermodal transportation hub just because there's so much changing around that area.
You have a giant walk through one town, and it screws up the entirety of the infrastructure.
Runax. So not value here, but it was a check. JRTate is now finally through that somewhat troublesome Dark Elf down here.
Let's go.
Yep, he's going to get underground probably about 14 minutes after Lord Goober managed to get underground. A little bit of time difference there.
The power of Bahamut compels you.
Trying to find out what Sheila's got a hold of today, at least one of the two items.
Chelsea, is it the goods, or are we like headed to either Luca Cave, Tower, or the moon?
It's a tower key. That's nice value. Now you can just one dip the tower.
Guess we're headed to the tower. At least that's what my mind would be on at this point, but we'll see.
I think that's right. I mean, this is also a bit of a do where's my key item seed because we have been through almost 48 minutes now. We've gotten a lot of checks done. We only have 6 key items. And we're kind of running out of spots. We've got 4 more in the underground.
Yeah.
No, sorry. We've got 5.
Three in the underground.
Okay.
Yeah, three accessible at the moment. Double tower plus.
Okay, let's see. We gotta get the cheeky check of the Luca Cave first. Looks like.
It seems fair.
You do have the key, Goober. Just you have to actually scroll down for it. There you go. One part of the menu I don't really like. It's always a bit tricky on that one.
It is exceedingly janky.
All right. Fun with ropes. Kate is going to go and get the dwarf castle down. The objective and the bonus. I think where Goober has decided we have enough looting. There's no more trying to find the random paladin in a box. I think it was probably like coding limitations, I would think, on how they did that. I'm not sure how they coded.
For all the mysteries of FF4 that we have learned through the power of the randomizer, not sure why.
Yeah, I mean, my default explanation is always they just simply didn't have the power for it, but you never know.
More likely that they just didn't have the time for it. Also,
Power,
everybody
no
just
time, no money. Yeah, well, say pick your poison.
All right, Lord Goober has decided to give back 1 second to Tate there by going the wrong way on B4F and Sealed Cave.
Benerp. That is quite an item.
Usable. That is a key item that you can get even.
Also means that Goober has to spend a few more seconds healing because he did not bother to do so before coming down here.
That's fine. We
Who's
got
the boss. Oh, it's a turtle. Not a great place for a turtle, to be quite honest.
Yeah, fairly quick.
Fairly quick.
Let's do fire off in time?
It will not.
No. Oof. You have a curse ring? Because you're going to need it.
Do have a curse ring, that's true, but got 18,000 hit points here, so it's going to hit for... Oh, let's see. How much is it going to hit for? Probably about 800 HP, roughly, at the beginning?
Thereabouts. Yeah, was it 4%-ish?
4% plus a little modifier, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah. Like, it's gonna be nasty. Like, it's gonna be unpleasant, and you're gonna die. Like...
let's see. Did Goober turn on the battle speed any? I don't see him modifying that. Maybe I missed it.
Did not see him modify it either. There's the modification.
There we go. Okay.
3.
Yeah, it's amazing how much more you can do on Battle Speed 3 than Battle Speed 1 against a fast boss.
Do you have the curse ring on for him right now?
I saw it put on Porum at one point. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Tate
what
is
could it
plug-
be? It's Twin Harp.
Yeah, let's go Twin Harp. Light it up a second time. Tate is banging through these guards. Will now be rewarded with the most important spell in Free Enterprise, the one that kills all of them off.
Yeah, about a half hour behind when Goober got it, unfortunately for Tate, but at least it's good to have it.
And we lit one this time. That's too fast.
It's early.
Yeah, this is bad.
That's going to be too late.
I'm getting the day off here, so Tate's like, I got one white mage. That's perfect. Good.
I don't think that Slow's going to have time to get off, but we'll see.
I can only hope at this point.
Blitz did get off. All right, that's good.
Wave might be queued already is the problem, and then you're just going to get washed out anyways.
It is queued, but at least it'll be less damage when this actually fires. That's only off of 15,000 hit points. Will they survive? Rydia does not. Rosa is Zerked.
White arrows, which don't really do the work here. Edge goes down,
now
and that's bad for that.
This is where maybe just like darting that defense sword or something like that, get a lot of damage off early on, and the characters can survive.
Goober's got an X-Cal. Could just rip that X-Cal for 5k.
He's got an X-Cal. He's got a defense sword. A lot of things could help.
FBL's correcting me. They're lit arrows, but lit arrows also have abysmal attack power, and Penals is not always weak to lightning, so maybe just be better served using just real arrows of some flavor here. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's weird because ice arrows, lit arrows, like he's vulnerable to them at some points in the fight, but not other times.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I definitely agree with your assessment, where I would absolutely just go ahead and rip the X-Cal or rip the defense sword right now as a dart for output, because it's instantaneous.
Yeah, I mean the darts don't necessarily give you value elsewhere in the seed. Your path is you're just blarging most of this stuff.
Does get the lit one off in a timely fashion, but I did a little stutter pause to start the fight, so hopefully that gets an unqueue.
Did not work.
That's gonna sting.
Yeah, this is a nasty one. Of course, also was on battle speed 2, so maybe that is also part of the problem there, because the last time it was on battle speed 3, that kind of changes the timing a little bit.
Yeah, the lit one was just a hair off, Xenocat noting, and yeah, that is correct. And also, do you think Porum's at 0 agility? If Porum does have that curse ring, I think now might be the time that this is about the time that Porum should be at 0 agility.
But Porum isn't getting experience most of the way along here, so I don't know if that's really the case. Porum's level 21, that should not be 15 agility yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Putting lit arrows on Rosas. We'll probably get some attempts at some boxes here.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get some one-shots here, because these don't have as much defense as that spot does either.
Adamant, lit arrow, these should not have a good time.
Oop.
So JRTate made up a few minutes there from the unfortunate experiences down in the sealed cave. Goober has to hope that music has no value today, because I think that's going to be the last places he goes back to. We'll do top of tower first. I don't remember what it was. Do we even see a peek from either runner? I don't remember.
I also do not remember. I just know orbs at the start of the run.
Yes. Apparently, Baron is outsourcing its retainer position to computers now. Octomam. Okay. That would also explain why lit arrows are on or Goober's Rosa there. The lit arrows, Octomam is a little bit weak to those.
So what you're saying is...
Wait, this is not Octomam. This is Antlion.
Tentacle, Chelicerae, they all look the same.
They're both reddish orange. That's true.
But yeah, if Baron is outsourcing the rulership to an AI, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they should realize that the king is the only one who can actually make the decisions. And then they make the decision in the critically acclaimed, beautiful game that is Final Fantasy IV The After Years to make Cecil king because he's the only one who can do anything. And by he's the only one who can do anything, I mean Rose is actually the power behind them.
Yeah, well, Cecil can be a little bit of a glass cannon at times. Needs the healing. You know, it's like, okay, Rosa, just cure 4 and don't let the people in front see.
Kate's stocking up on ninja gear here. Ninja sword, ninja hat.
That makes
no
sense.
Ninja shirt, no ninja shirt, no ninja ring. There's no ninja ring in the game anyway.
Some would say the crystal ring is the ninja ring.
It really is. That's a tiara that goes on Rydia so that she can do Carter. Dandelion in this spot's actually kind of annoying more than anything. It's just a big pile of hit points.
Yep. So far, Lord Goober is just clearing out the inventory here with some of the weaker items.
Just letting them rip, right? Just throwing them out.
And Antline is down. Which is also a little bit of wave protection if we go back to that. Oh, it's an Earth Crystal. All right, another long check.
Also, we haven't seen a single character in a box yet.
And I somehow don't think we're going to, because I think the runners are at the stage where we're not opening boxes anymore, really.
I think they're also pretty happy with their parties, all things considered. You've got the double fighter, edge yang comp for Tate. You've got double white mages for Goober at this point.
Yeah, I think I like Goober setup a little bit more than I like JRTate's, just because I'm not a very big fan of Yang, but that's just personal preference.
I mean, the big thing is Tate does know that, does also now have the knowledge that our boy Dark Knight Cecil is down here, so Young's hit points may come in handy. So having him around might not be the worst thing. He didn't know that when he made the party switch, but, you know, comfortable with the classic white-black fighter, or white-black ninja black belt. Yeah, it seems like a Final Fantasy party.
18 Cids in the treasury. Elvinsar, I think that's a little bit optimistic.
If there are any Cids in the treasury, though, well, you know, it's all Elvinsar's fault.
Well, if there are any Cids in the treasury, and we rate it, then the treasury will be rated Cid out of 10. Regardless of what's actually there.
Wait, do we still rate the treasury? It's been a long time for me. I don't know the current memes at this point.
I don't think it's really been in play as much in this tournament, but then again, I play FBF, in which case, rate the treasury is just simply how much gold did you get.
Yep, that's fair.
It's been funny when you see it's like, okay, the basic prizes, it was a crystal sword, it was an X-Kale, it was a white spirit, and it was an Avenger. Lovely treasury. I only got gold for it.
Being told that we still rate the treasury? Huh.
And the audio thing I haven't heard in a while, but usually the chat will come up with their ideas of what the treasury rates.
This is true. In FBF, I guess it must be prorate that treasury because you just get money. Speaking of money, that is a Sand Ruby, which I guess is worth a lot for the Damsine economy, but more importantly, is a lot for getting us closer to 12 on Goober's side here. It's number 8 at this juncture.
Yep, and the only other one required is that Baron key, wherever it happens to be.
And he knows where number 9 is, not that he's going that way anytime soon again.
Well, let's see. Can it gate a whole lot of things? Let's see. It could gate, Twin Harp into Pan, into Baron is probably about the best it can do. So it can't really gate much because most of what's left is actually terminal. Spoon, Adamant, Pink, Magma, Package, all 5 of those don't go anywhere.
Goober is here in Troy at this point. So I think with the game plan of deciding that maybe doing Tower is important here as opposed to going up to Gamble the Moon.
May just want to make sure there's not leaving any avenues on the Earth left unturned, except for maybe that fairly rude Luca Cave.
Yeah, and the Dark Knight Cecil, which is just going to be an absolute blocker.
For Goober's party, yes. Not so much for JRTate's party, possibly, especially if some sirens are burned to get Young to some HP where it can survive that. Because it's not the highest damage, because Asura does actually hit the party in that particular fight. So
Yeah,
I think 2,000 HP on Young is all you need in order to really get through that.
yeah, I think it's in the 700-ish range. I know he's got either an E tier or tier 3 at least. So with that sort of in hand, again, 2 turns and throw a heal at yourself is usually the strat for getting through that fight with a high hit point Young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Elvinsar was complaining that we skipped the 18 SIDS in the treasury. All I can say is organize a rescue party after the seed, and yeah, you should be in time.
Let Edward out of the box. He can't breathe.
Well, Edward's used to sitting on the floor. I mean, that'd be totally fine for anchoring Eddie.
No one's drilled holes in the treasure chest, is what I'm trying to say here.
No one's supposed to know that.
Just got someone hanging out at, in the sealed cave, walking by, saying hi to the evil walls, or to the trapdoors, and to the evil wall spot, and drilling holes in treasure chests because Kane is in there, we promise.
You drill holes in the treasure chest, and then you end up with a rusty dragoon spear later on down the way.
I think it'd be pretty dry in the sealed cave, but yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, it is a sealed cave, but I think there's still water that gets in there somehow. Yeah. Water doesn't like to play nice with seals.
This is very true. Goober found Ogopogo here and sent him to the nuclear death realm.
Yeah, that Bahamut is over 9,000 hit points. That would have just one-shot it outright.
Come on, Tate. Gamble the moon. I believe in you. You can do it.
Not going to gamble the moon. Is just going to go to the Tower of Babel. So still following in Goober's footsteps, just a few minutes behind. No. We find a Sid. So we found one of the 18 Sids.
It's Elvinsara's fault, everybody. Elvinsara did it.
I think the question is Sid actually holding Sid hostage?
That'd be funny. Is all characters guaranteed? Because we've seen dupe gangs already, so...
Well, actually, Sid is holding Cecil hostage. I wonder if we're going to see Edge yeeted for Cecil at this point.
See, like I said, Cecil just can't do anything on his own. He's just, this guy.
Yeah. Based on the party flag, on the seed flags, all the characters should be in the seed somewhere. It's just a case of how hard is it to find them. And we're saying goodbye to Porum. We are picking up Cecil. So while we have lost our anchor for the moment, I'm sure Goober will figure out something else. We're not going to curse Cecil, but...
Rydia's day done here? Is Rydia about to get the curse? No. Goober's just decided that it is time to take Cecil and just try and Holy Sword the rest of this thing.
Yeah, well, for this fight, I mean, putting a speedy Rydia in the front is not... Oh, well, maybe I spoke too soon there.
It's Golbez!
Cecil came with a bow near a cut. So yes, Cecil's back road. At the very least, we have 2 characters with adamant armors on here, so this is not going to be too bad for Goober. Rosa with heroin
robe, yeah.
Now, only Edge is actually not got protection against this paralysis, so that's good. JRTate just finished the cannon room. They'll end up getting that sand ruby.
Yeah.
And we'll go up to the top of the tower now. It's not Edge's day. First he gets put to paralyzed, then he gets turned into a pig.
He was already a pig.
All right.
Wait, what were we talking about again?
Yeah, I mean, Edge definitely had some sort of a role model for the Edgar that followed in Final Fantasy VI.
That Holy Sword is going to just absolutely obliterate Golbez in this spot, though. Thanks for playing.
Yep. We're hoping that with the time invested here, this actually pays out with something. The pan or the Baron key are the two things that could lead to something else. Every other key item on the board is a terminal one.
FBL noting that was a level 1 Cecil with just an X-Cal and adamant armor and 4 times damage. I mean, it's a hell of a drug, but yeah, 3,600 damage is kind of absurd for a level 1 character. That's
and now Rosa knows exit only double on this one. So
only double on this one. Oh, geez. Like, that's, I mean, plus 30 strength is a lot of strength from your equipment.
Zonk for Lord Goober. That's just a white shirt.
Like, super nice for Rosa, but...
Lord Goober, I think it's time to go to the moon here.
Yeah, just leverage your Cecil, allow him to do the exquisite violence of the moon. Yeah, Rosa's day is done with all this fancy gear. Silent staff time.
Yep, although it does not put Rosa in the center, so we're still anchoring with, I think, an Adamant Rydia?
I think so. Fast anchor.
Which, now hear me out, it's not necessarily a bad thing on the moon, because a lot of the moon bosses, that Rydia may outspeed them, which means, Bahamut casting faster than they can act might not be a bad thing.
You'll see.
Nice if there was an Avenger sword in there for Goober's Cecil, but we haven't seen that yet.
You could just go buy a case of wine at this point if you really wanted to pop back in.
Goober does have wine. Okay.
Tate not really having a ton of troubles with this antlion. It's just, again, it's just healthy. It's just annoying.
Yeah, all right, so Goober is going to do the cave value first. This is a punchy spot, so hopefully it's not a physical boss.
See if he cracks the siren here. You can get double gold dragons on this floor, but I guess he's gonna just boss.
Given he has 8 key items, might be waiting for 10 because there's a bonus with that.
True. Gonna just try and maximize his experience input.
We found Maga Sisters. That new knife is going on the edge.
And then
Edge is going to be Bacchusing.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense here.
And Rydia is going to say, I don't care about your wall. I'm just going right through it.
Delta attack.
Yeah, the magic is not going to be super, super strong here. Apparently the developers thought that with Mega Nuke, you really didn't need the magic to be all that strong here.
Yeah, it's all bound up in the actual spell itself. And of course, the big thing here is that the melee attacks from the spot, though, can just absolutely crush a party member, but did not this time around.
We're just quadding with things here, and Cecil is trying to help, but not going to get very far with that.
He's helping, though. I think that's
but 1600 versus, quad 9s, I mean, that was a very quick Maga Sisters for Goober. 5 more levels on that Cecil.
Tate about to get the Sand Ruby. It's just a Dragoon Spear, but hey,
another Zonk.
Experience is experience, right? Like, you take what you get.
True, and it is a dart for another time. Actually, Fire FBL, he had exit with the Rosa from the Tower of Zod. Went through that. All right, so it is time now to go to the LST. Question now, top down or bottom up? What's your preference?
I'm always top down, but weird apparently.
I like top down myself often, but situationally I might like bottom up. Just depends on what I'm looking for. Lord Goober's in the market for 4 key items. There are 6 possible checks here on the moon.
Goober does Goober does my exact preferred moon, which is did Cave Bahamut first, then goes straight to the bottom, but stops at the Crystal Sword Altar from the bottom. Not just because it's an objective, but that's always what I used to do. And then cast exit, comes back to the top, and then back in for Murasame Altar if you did.
It looks like JRTate is going to give us a treasury rate here.
Is there a Sid? Hat,
couple defense swords, yeah. Glass helmet, that's nice.
Black shirt,
robe.
shirt.
Another defense sword and a power shirt. Oh, that was defense out of 10.
I mean, that was just all big ticket items out of 10. Like that's ruined the Baron economy out of 10. I think.
Could be. Meanwhile, apparently, somebody stole all the SIDs and left treasures in their place. Either there was one of the clerics in this thing, since we're going off of FF4 language, I decided to turn all the SIDs into treasures. Who knows?
Possibly.
If this was the after years, they would know black magic from Palom possibly, and that could lead to a whole other conversation. But
Kate has decided to skip the Earth Crystal though, and is going to pick up some time here with Treasury and thought there's a lot of checks on the moon, and there's only one check here. As Evil Wall is our first boss, which I believe this is the Ribbon Altar, and tells Edge that maybe you should take a vacation. Considered retiring.
So yeah, right now Goober, this is JRTate and Lord Goober both have 8 key items. Really, Lord Goober is only up at this point the cave value check.
Rosa gets politely asked to take the fall here. This fight is technically free. Diesel has an adamant armor, and so cannot die.
Yeah, and Rydia has one too, so I mean, neither of these characters is going anywhere.
Like neither of them can die. Like, the Crush also won't kill them, so if Evil Wall just walks all the way up to the front and just starts trying to instant kill them, he's gonna get embarrassed.
Yeah, but we're in a race, we don't have time for that.
Wall more like, no. Kate looking at the Murasame altar and, like, swinging back. We'll see what's at this Ribbon Altar in just a moment, as Kate doing the wander down the subterranean here.
Yeah, the wall is down. Long live the wall.
Some king you were.
And another Bahamut. Well, that's the 9th key item at least.
Yeah, I mean, the pan's a super important one. Like, it is a double check. We're not leaving for the pan, I don't think. That'd be silly. Especially because we haven't done the Crystal Sword Altar yet.
Yeah, we got to at least get Crystal done first. Now, it looks like JRTate is going to take the Crystal Altar first because, you know, that'll get more experience bonus for the Ribbon Altar.
I think the big question here is, you're Lord Goober. You're not doing the Crystal Sword Altar first. You're JRTate, you do this, and you get the Baron key out of this. Leave. I don't think there's enough key items on Earth to justify leaving, but let's say you do this and then get the pan you get Baron key and then pan right afterwards. Oh god, that's Odin. Hi, Odin.
Yeah, I mean,
right, is like, you know, does getting your, because what? Oh, because you'd have the pan, which would be 8. Baron key would be 9.
If it gets pan, that's 10. And it's like, then you might want to consider going, because then you have 2 checks with Baron, you've got 2 checks with Pan. Only 2 of them to pay out.
10's a lot. And then you'll also have the hit points with Sid, with Yang to do BKC.
Whoops, JRTate's going to reset, though. Not quite set up right for that Odin fight.
Yeah, the big problem with this particular Odin fight in this spot is Odin can crack your skull pretty bad here.
There is a glass helmet in hand. That might be a consideration here.
Yeah, like Odin can crack some skulls in the spot. Though.
Ooh,
There's
Goober's
the
found it.
Baron key. All right,
So now
that is
Goober's got 10.
huge.
So
Goober's got the, not just that Goober's got 10, but Goober's got the one that matters.
yep. So gonna go back to this crystal altar. If this crystal altar has a key item, you can go back to the earth with no problem. He knows with the 10, there's a 12, no matter what.
Yeah,
he knows there's something in cave, sealed cave. Yeah.
He knows that the harp is there. So he really, he really has 11.
We'll burn a siren here because this is Gold Dragon time. We've got some hourglasses.
Yeah. Tate is gonna get the wine and blink going here for Odin. You do need to really put out the damage here before you get sliced in half, but
because I don't think this is a Woden Seed. I don't think we have that one going for this. No, we don't.
You're going to get cut down. This bot doesn't do a lot of damage with the Zantet, but you're going to get cut down anyways. Like, 2,000 health is just not going to quit.
Yeah, it doesn't know Cure 4 yet, so we're going to try to slow, but it's not going to slow down Odin too much at this juncture. Goober has gotten the 225,000 points from that Gold Dragon pair, so lots of spells flying in there.
Cure 4, Life 2, pile of hit points, all the things you could ever want more, but does get Odin down just in time. That is very timely for Tate here. Let's see what the item is. It is...
Well, it's a spoon. It's a key item. So that's
good for Goober. I don't know if that's... I don't think Tate realizes that that's actually bad, but also just needs to get down to the lower bosses here. I think it'll be fine. It's tough outs for sure.
Yeah, so that is 9 for JRTate. Goober's got 10. It has not done the Crystal Altar yet. And unfortunately, JRTate does the Masa Altar last out of these 3 at the bottom here. He's going to get the Baron Key last out of the whole thing, so that's going to be even more time spent. Goober finds the Odin.
Overall, the stronger application of Bahamut really paid off for Goober. Just going to continue. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we're at quads with this thing. All that's lacking on Rydia now is a nuke for this Romus fight. And even that's kind of like, well, maybe.
It becomes just like bonus damage, I think. Let's Cecil and Edge good work.
Yeah, we've got the power couple. We're gonna have a spoon to dart, as of what we already know it's here. Hey, it's an Octomam at the White Spear altar.
Yep.
All right, so Lord Goober has got the second objective down. Crystal Sword Altar has 11 key items. I think we are back to the Earth at this point.
It is time to cast Exit and finish this party up. Yep. We know where
we know where 12 is, and at the very least, if Goober doesn't like the levels, can always burn some eggs down in the underground for some final experience.
Yeah, don't have the pass. We'll have to come back up here anyway, so...
you might get the pass, though, from one of these last checks. You never know. You have to, at the very least, Baron Castle.
Yep.
And if Baron Castle does not give a 12th, we're going to be doing the Pan, which is 2 more opportunities.
Yeah. Eventually Goober does know there is a sure thing out there, but...
Yeah, I think JRTate really actually needs this Octomam to beat the pass.
That would be interesting. That would definitely keep things interesting, at least.
It would save at least, 2.5 minutes on JRTate's side? Wouldn't have to come back up to the moon.
Would save a cutscene and a walk about 3 minutes.
All right, but Goober is going to go and get his third objective, liberate Baron Castle. Once we get a little bit out of the disorienting stairs. I know the sewer stinks. They haven't cleaned it in a while, but
be in one moat, like as a joke, it fills up the entire waterway. From a run standpoint, it's been really interesting kind of watching both of these runners make. Like, you could tell that they're both a little nervous because they're making the little mapping, like map walking errors that happen when you're, an hour 22 into a seed going, God, where? Like, you're like an hour 10, hour 15 into a seed going, where is everything I need?
Yeah, I mean, really, the number of checks that are left on the board are not very many. I mean, Lord Goober's got 2 altars unseen, and the Twin Harp, and Baron, and the Pan, and that's about it.
We are deep in this seed at this point. All right, Tate looking for a sheet of paper to keep it interesting here.
No, that's just an apple. Unfortunately, that's just a time loss. Doesn't even keep the experience.
Like, yeah, heck with that.
All right, so we're on to the ribbon room.
Edge just blitzes through the CPU here, electrocutes it, hits it with the old EMP. It's been wiped.
Well, folks, the Kingdom of Baron just announced that it's going back to paper for all of its official forms. Please fill everything in triplicate.
The internet is fine, y'all. Just store stuff on a server.
Store stuff. Oh, we're changing up who's got the Adamantine now. Okay.
Oh, it's power. It is true power couple time.
I guess so. Rydia is being cursed now, so we're done with these blargs.
Yeah, Rydia's day is done at this point, it looks like.
I'm not going to invest the time for Nuke, but, this does make a bit of sense here. We've got Doctor is now the King of Baron.
See, like, that's why there was so much unethical science happening in Baron. It's all his fault.
We're going to firebomb all this. Okay.
He built an AI, and then he built a robot, and he's like, yeah, unethical science. I love it. We've seen Wyvern yet. We have not yet seen the Wyvern, no.
I could worry about being fast anchored here. That's right, because I don't think we've seen Wyvern, and if I remember right, Witchburn is not a thing on here. If you see Wyvern, it is actually the Mega Nuke.
Yep. On the one hand, you get adamant armors that make you go real fast. On the other hand, well, pain.
Yeah. Yeah. On the other hand, we do have a dragon that doesn't really care very much about your adamant armors when it decides it's going to Mega Nuke.
Yep.
But we're through Dr. Luge. The Baron Throne has been liberated. 3 objectives for Lord Goober. Oh, hey. Hi, Cecil.
How's it going? I don't think we need a second Cecil here.
If we had a second, Holy Sword, we might say yes, but it's too late in the seed now.
I mean, you still have to get some levels on him, which I guess, you do like one team you get there, but...
Now, let's see if this is actually a key item for Lord Goober, and this gives 12 right here.
Tate does have an adamant armor, so this should be fine. I think it's on Yang, so I think it should be fine.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit slow because Yang is just taking the time to push through. Oh, it's a Charm Rod, so Lord Goober has to find something else.
Goober go for the pan, or does Goober go for the sure thing that he knows is a key item?
Let's see. I mean, I might try the pan first just because you'd be looking for a pass.
Tate, did you have the adamant armor equipped on Yang? Because you don't need to reset that. Yang survives those. Oh no, he reset.
I mean, Yang was taking more than 1 HP of damage, though. I mean, it wasn't exactly...
No, it cast Crush. It actually cast Crush.
Oh, it actually got to Crush.
Yeah, it walked up and cast Crush. But he didn't let the animation finish.
Oh dear.
He might not know. He's fairly new. He might not know.
Oh dear. That is a horrible way to learn that lesson.
Oh no, I feel feelings. I'm sorry. If you watch this back, I feel the feelings, Tate. I'm so sorry.
That's it. That's 12 key items. Lord Goober got the package.
Sylphs have the goods. Goober's gonna come back to the moon and
And down we
Excalibur,
go.
Adamant, Adamant Excalibur Cecil's gonna do work.
Yep, and Adamant Rosa is going to keep the two of them upright, and Edge will help with some darting.
The power couple is going to power their way through this play. Is that Yang berserked?
Ouch, that's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage. And this spot hits really hard.
I mean,
I just
it's
don't
got
know
to
where
be
the
the Adamant
Adamant-
armor is on Yang, but I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure it's on Yang. You're gonna just back row him, and then you just change him to the front at the end.
I mean, I guess that can work. I think 3 on the front. Okay.
And Radia's just here to agi anchor at this point, I suspect.
Let's the battle speed back to 1.
Yeah, Tate's been kind of snake bit most of this seed, unfortunately, all things considered.
Yeah, and I think in certain cases, it's also missing the guy because did not go through the Tower of Zots, was not seeing the Cecil yet.
Yeah. Cecil's a little less important on this flag set than usual, but yeah, he does work.
I mean, Cecil would solve your problems with covering because then you only have to worry about keeping Cecil basically upright, and then all the other 3, it's like even down to low health in this evil wall. It's like, well, can't touch him then.
Yeah.
Whereas in this case, well, now we're down to we've got an Edge, we've got a Yang, both in the front row, and
the
Edge is not going to be long for this world.
Edge is absolutely two-shot territory here. Now he's in two-shot territory. Now he's in
And
no
there's Edge.
territory. Yeah.
So we're down to the same position we were last time. It's like, but we just need Yang to stay upright at this point until we get to the crush phase. Yeah, power. You're right. Probably not the ideal play here, just because it takes
Turns.
so much more time to get through. I mean, if you need to heal, you don't really have the time to do it. That's oh boy.
Oh, my heart. Maybe he eschews this and just heads down to the Masamune altar here.
Yeah, it's going to take
Yeah.
a pass on it. We'll get the
Good.
good news that there is a Baron key here at the very least. On the other
Very
hand, for JRTate, it's only going to be key item 10, so we'd have to take a gamble that what he needs is on the Earth depth. But we know that the Earth does hold the solution because there's at least 2 key items down there for him. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if he does it.
He doesn't have the harp yet. It's the big thing. You'd have to go locate it. But Goober's at the end. He's on the last walk through the lunar subterranean, down through the core, down to the bottom, where the unshuffled and unmoving Zeromus awaits us, meditating for thousands of years, obtaining power through the power of thought and meditation, and breaking the cycle of samsara. So there's some Z flags in chat. Y'all know what time it is, right?
I hope they do. It's hopefully not nap time for all of them.
It is 10 p.m. here on the East Coast.
Oh, that's just the start of the evening. Come on.
Old.
All right. So yeah, there's always a question we ask every scene we get here, and that question is, whose butt are we going to kick tonight? Ancillary questions change based on the season. Get your questions in chat if you want. JRTate is thinking about what to do here.
Taking a moment for sure here. Just having a real tough time with the super bosses, unfortunately. Crystal set up, wine being drank by the guy here for Goober, and here we go.
Why did we ditch Sid is actually a Family Feud question, Elvin. This is a very funny Z sprite.
I don't get it.
John with the knife. Ouch.
The Silk Web is a little early here, so it's gonna cast Virus for the nerf at this point.
Yeah, it has the same effect, basically. It was just trying to get the initial nerf out here. It goes on Edge. We probably would have preferred it on Rydia at this point, but it's all pretty much the same.
Yeah. Diesel swinging for about 4k at this point.
Yeah, so this should be, I think, fairly stable for Lord Goober. Has the levels, has the double adamants.
Yeah, he's just chilling at this point, looks like. Not sure if he's going to decide to get the Rezerk onto, pick up a Zerk onto Edge, or to let Edge continue throwing the rest of the cutlery in the kitchen sink and whatever else is in the backpack at Zeromus here.
Yeah, John dodging Sid Hammers and Eurocod Fists in the chat. Probably the spiciest take since someone said that Porum was the better white mage. Let's go sometimes.
Porum is the better white mage. That's why you let her stay home, because she's so important that you don't want her to get hurt.
That's a take.
She's my perfect daughter and I love her.
Who needs Cure 4?
Edge is just going to continue throwing the contents of the backpack out here, though. It's just like, whatever you got, just let it rip.
Pretty much.
I feel like this is a nerf setup with Rydia as well. Just going to sit on it until the end of the shake and then cast Virus. You basically go into the menu while Zeromus is shaking, and that's your timing for the instant cast spell to get it to go properly.
Yep, it does take a little bit of timing practice to get that down right for where the nerf needs to come in, but it's a very useful skill for Enterprise just to survive these big bangs if the party is not the highest of levels. I know Rose is at 2000 HP. That's generally safe. They have taken over a 2600 hit point hit to Rydia before, so I'm sorry, to Rosa before, so you know it's sometimes good to nerf these anyways, even with as much power as we have.
Yeah, but best not to take risks here. Just get to the end of the line as fast as you can, and as safely as you can, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought we were going to get rocks there for a second, but not quite the right timing.
We're almost there. This is pretty. I think this is pretty in the bag at this point. It's just a matter of doling out the rest of the damage. We already have black hole.
All right, so yeah, Zeromus does refill HP once it's taken 45,000 damage with a direct hit after that.
Yep.
We are seeing JRTate there in the chat. JRTate did forfeit, as might have been guessed from the start screen over on the side. Meteor is out, so we have rocks for Lord Goober.
Yeah. All over but the last couple swings here. We are one swing away at this point, so be.
Yep, it should be Edge should probably end it right here. Yep, there's
Easy.
A crack and a shake. GG to Lord Goober, 135.58, and get those GGs in chat. We'll see if the runners want to give us an interview tonight.
Yeah, certainly a tough run for Tate. Good first half, but second half kind of started to get away from him, which is tough. Good run from Goober for sure, picking up the dub, which always feels good. Fun one though.
Yep, and as you know, we mentioned at the start of the broadcast here. I mean, it's been a great run for Indigo Imps. This is only the first time that they've actually lost in a race. So again, GG to Indigo Imps for an amazing run so far, getting all the way to the last week of pool play, undefeated. GG to Goober for winning the perfect season, as it were.
Yeah, now's the time, right? Like before brackets, get that out of your system. Yes, it happens. A lot of it is just you bounce back better. That's always the tough part, and I'm sure that Tate will bounce back better for sure.
And we have Lord Goober in the broadcast booth. GG.
GG, and I believe first comment should be something set battle speed back to 1. Because that was a BS4Z fight that didn't need to be a BS4Z fight. All because I decided to prepare just in case for a Wyvern at the Baron Castle 2 spot.
Well, yeah, we saw that was what you're preparing for there in Baron. It makes sense with the vanilla Mega Nuke there, but even so, it was a very well-run race. You did have the advantage in power very early in the seed when you watch this back. The big difference was you found 2 adamant armors very early, and you had Comet and Leviathan very early, and JRTate just not happened to loot the treasure chest that had those.
Oh, okay, so that was the thing I was going to ask him in the race room was if he had found either of the 2 adamant armors.
It did find one, but it was several minutes after you had found the one, and not unfortunately have the Blarg or the Leviathan, so the path underground was much slower, just because it did not have that overwhelming power of a Blarg, someone with an adamant armor and a Stardust Rod.
Yeah, that was definitely a big power, and I thought I was in trouble after how much of the fuel spot I had bouncing off that stupid turtle at Luca.
Yeah, you did lose quite a bit of time at Luca. In fact, when you guys got to the moon, you both had 8 key items, and really because JRTate skipped Cave Value, you're both heading to the Ribbon Room right around the same time. It's just that that's about the time when the power differential kind of caught up, because you had the guy, JRTate did not take the guy because it didn't go to Zot. So, bit of party differential, bit of power differential. But you probably felt like you're a little behind, didn't you?
120 point. My eyes were glancing over to the second laptop with the race room open. And it's like, he's not done yet? He's not done yet? I'm walking down to see, and then I see the forfeit come in. It's like, oh my. What did he bounce off of? was where my eyes was where did he bounce off of something?
Yeah, it was very much a case of you did some routing that did some extra checks that JRTate did not do, but it ended up, some of that just ended up getting you more power, and I think a better party composition in the end than what JRTate ended up having to run. JRTate definitely made a very good showing of what was there on the table. It's just that when we get to these last fights, it's like occasionally you just don't have the right setup, and the bosses can be rude sometimes. And it was a somewhat ruder moon than maybe we're used to seeing sometimes.
Yep, it was. And look at that, I bought 3 extra sirens, I used 1. And that was just to make sure that Rosa had Cure 4.
Yeah, I mean, once you figure you've got the power couple, you've got 2 adamants, it's like, okay, this is the Cecil and Rosa show. Edge, you can help, you can dart some things, but it's pretty safe from that setup once you have your healing all set.
Yeah, the only thing I almost did after getting the crystal was going back to Kaipo and swapping out my anchor for the Mop. Since I knew Mop was there from about minute 3. And I had to ban Ruby to get him. So very late. Oh,
yeah, I mean, that would have been Agility 5 with the curse string, so yeah, that would have definitely been an anchor choice, and backup Cure 4 perhaps.
And that's a good question. Did JRTate get that curse string out of the back of Watering? And the answer is probably no.
I don't think he had the curse string. I'm not sure it was for sale anywhere. I don't remember.
No, they weren't. I never found them for sale. Of course, I didn't even check a single armor shop outside of Dwarf once I had found that thing, because I was finding armors left and right.
Well, I mean, you figure you had adamant armors, you had heroin robe, I mean, you had power shirt. What more could you need?
Exactly.
What was your thought behind fading the moon until as late as you did? I mean, you went to the moon when there was pretty much only just that turtle left on the Earth.
No, not quite. There was the turtle, there was the DKC, and there was ordeals. I had three things left faded.
Okay, yeah. As it turned out, ordeals did not have anything, so JRTate did show us that, but just hadn't taken Tella, and it wasn't a key item, just reset out of it.
Yeah, I didn't even take the Tella. Because by the time I went to check Baron in, it's like, okay, I've got Exit Mage, I've got Black Mage, I've got Rosa, and I've got Punch Mage, who was going to go away at some point.
Demery, any questions for Goober? I'm sort of dominating the whole post chat here.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with you running the show at the end here for sure. This is a fun run to see for sure, though, Goober. So, thank you for an entertaining one for sure.
Thank you all for giving me a seed that wasn't complete hot garbage like I normally roll for myself.
Well, definitely thank Firebird Lover, our restreamer and seed roller.
Exactly what I'm going to be doing while I do laundry tomorrow at the laundromat. Running another practice season.
All right. Well, any final thoughts you want to offer on the seed or the flag set in general?
Really? All I can say is at least this one wasn't a 17 out of 17.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's always a fun when you have to hunt for a key item, and the key item is buried towards the end, as it were. But yeah, nice item and cup experience for you, hopefully.
In that case, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go.
All right. Well, thanks for volunteering for the restream. Always good to put on a great show between two good racers. Let me see. I don't think we're getting an interview from JRTate. I haven't heard for sure, but all right. Guess that's going to wrap it up then. So let's see. We do have some races tomorrow night, which we are going to advertise. So let's see. Tomorrow night's restreams, we've got one at 9 o'clock on the Free Enterprise Prime channel. That is between Falgren and Luff. Demarine will be on the comms for that, along with Deathlike. So we'll be happy to hear you again tomorrow night. Let's see. And then we've got a 10 o'clock match here on this channel for Enterprise 2. That's between Gilmog and Tallgrant. And that's got me and Organ Mike doing the comms on that one. So take your choice. With any luck, maybe the first race will be done in time where we can get most of you to watch both of them. But we'll see how it goes.
But if you did like what you heard tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, Garen will be there. Go hang out. Both those races should be fantastic, though.
Thank you for the plug. But Demarine is also extremely good. So whichever one of us you preferred, or if you like both of us, no hard feelings.
Wait, Tate, no one asked. Do you want in on this? Do you want to get some time with us? We got time. We got time for you.
Yeah. Come on in. Just join the voice chat somewhere, JR. We'll get you pulled in here. Sorry, I didn't see anything in the race room that you had responded to the question if you wanted to jump in.
And I don't look at the race room because old habits.
I've got at least in a separate tab. I don't look while we're actually racing, but
Yeah, I know.
All right, we are joined by JRTate. GG.
Wow, that was a thing that happened.
It definitely was. It was a little bit of unfortunate bad luck. You missed a lot of the good stuff the early game had to offer.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Yeah, if you've been listening to us, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Early
blarging.
Yeah. And even the early Leviathan that was in the Baronet, it's like it was the one chest you didn't take.
Which one?
It was in the
Was it
pot
the
on the left. It was the pot on the left side.
Oh, I always check that pot too.
Yeah, it was there, and I was rooting for you to grab it when you went in there. When you grabbed the other 3 chests, you walked right by it. Like,
I always check that pot. You know what? Yeah. I was trying to find every little thing I could, because I know Goober's a good runner. He's had a rough time this tournament, but he's a really good runner. And so I was trying to find every little thing I could to just like shave seconds, hoping that I got enough.
Yeah, you were actually doing a great job. You were a little behind getting underground. Like you were down a little bit in that early game because you didn't get the summon, but it was really good to kind of see you like actually taking the time and really kind of cutting the fat in that sort of the mid game. You actually had a really good mid game. It's just the moon kind of like the power differential kind of finally caught up at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, when you headed down to the ribbon room, it's like you and Goober both had 8 key items at that point in time. So it's like, even though you were almost 14 minutes behind getting underground, you had made up almost all of that time by the time you got to the moon.
How did I? Well, I pretty much I knew I was behind. I felt so far behind, it was insane. And I like, you know what? I have enough power now. I can go take the crystal sword, and maybe I'll get lucky and drop, and that spot will drop the Baron key for me.
Yeah, and that was actually something we were considering. It's like, if that's the Baron key, then you're going to have go mode before really Goober does. Unfortunately, it turns out the Baron key was actually at the Maza altar, which Goober got that first, before he done Crystal, and it's like, well, that's 10 for him. We know that when you did yours, that's going to be 11, and Goober already knew where the 12th was, but he had a lot of...
Maza was elements, wasn't it?
It was elements. What was Maza again?
It was White Spear was Ogre was Octo.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Right,
Ribbon was the wall. We're not going to talk about the wall.
We're not, but if you watch it back, you're going to learn something very, very important, and I can tell you what it is. Adamant armor makes you immune to death effects. You could have won the fight.
Yes. I would have won the fight, except that Yang took the hit, and that would have been enough damage to take him down.
Crush popped. You would have survived because Crush.
It was Crunch.
It was.
God,
it was Crunch.
Frickin' A.
You reset immediately rather than seeing what it was.
I feel so dumb now.
It happens. You were in a tough spot. Like when you feel behind, mistakes like trust me, mistakes like that happen. Nothing to feel bad about. You know, we're gonna point it out on the restream because it's our job. But
no, absolutely. And
but like it was right there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then okay, Maza was elements. So yeah, Maza was the elements spot, and that was Lord Goober had found the guy. So I mean, it's like he had the Excal, had the adamant, had power couple with Rosa doing the healing. Already had the adamant blarg most of the seed. I mean,
I wasn't worried about. I wasn't worried about the guy. I have been doing a lot of no guy practice recently.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not that important. Like he's way less important on this flag set, it feels like, because adamant armor does that gap really well.
Yeah, I mean, if you got 2 adamant armors, who needs a Cecil?
Yeah, like I said, I think there's a lot of ups and downs in that run for you. But sadly, probably more downs than necessary. But put on a good show.
It's good to know that I got that close to it. I mean, where we just almost caught up to each other.
Absolutely, nothing to feel bad about. You know, tough loss, but nothing to feel bad about.
But no, like 4th or 5th time I lost to that wall, okay, I'm done. I cannot smack my face against this anymore, and my head is just I don't have the attention span to continue this seed now.
Yeah, 100%.
That's totally fair. Goober did have a similar type of situation with there was a turtle at the sealed cave that I think he took at least 3 or 4 attempts on and just could not get through it.
Yeah, it was like 4 cracks at it and just was getting the 1,000 damage wave every time, getting absolutely cremated.
Okay. See, I have a long-standing tradition. I don't even touch Sealed Cave until I've come back from the moon.
That is fair. That spot's fast. Like, if you're not set up perfectly for it or have a lot of power, that spot can kind of be sneaky tricky.
Especially if it's Wyvern, and it's like that. That'd be almost like, uh-oh.
It's not the worst place I've ever seen a Wyvern.
This is true. There are worse places, but it's a very rude spot, especially if you're not set up for it. But you didn't have the curse ring, did you? I don't think so.
Curse Ring was back of Waterway, if I remember correctly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you did
you
have it then. Okay, I couldn't remember if you had it or not.
Yeah, that was one. I don't know why I thought to go there. I never do Waterway, but for some reason I went there today.
Just trying to maybe counterplay against Goober, and if you know if he checks it a lot, then maybe it's good to just see it and make sure that you aren't missing something that's going to change the seed, so to speak.
Yeah. No, he's a good runner, and I know he's also a loot goblin, so I was trying to go as few chests as possible.
Oh, that's totally fair counterplay against an opponent who takes a bit of time to loot. Unfortunately, he just happened to hit the right couple boxes today. We didn't see any characters in chests, but we did see some nice stuff in chests.
Yeah, that disappointed me. I didn't. Usually, I'll see at least one.
Yeah, nothing for either.
With our luck tonight, we probably would have been Edward in a chest.
Put him back.
And the one flag set were spoon is not required.
Yep.
Right.
You guys have a good evening. I got to get ready. I got work in the morning.
All right, GG again, Tate. Thanks for joining us. Happy to have you volunteer for Restream, and good race. So best of luck to you in the brackets, because I think your team is in, given how well it's gone.
We've actually been joking about who would be one to be.
Sorry, I didn't hear that, Tate. It was a little bit garbled.
The team, as we've actually been joking about who was going to be the first one to break the streak. Because this was actually our first loss.
Well, the good news is you don't have any pressure now of going undefeated anymore. So that is a monkey off the back, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now's the time. Better now than next week, right?
Well, next week no one's playing, so.
You know what I mean.
Y'all have fun.
Thanks, Tate. Have a good night.
Better now than 2 weeks. Better now than 2 weeks from now. Okay, are you happy? Are you happy to?
Hey, look, if you're giving me 8 1/3 on stream here, I can give you that. Anyways,
fair, fine. You know what? You're right. You're right. You could do that. I did math on stream. I did the forbidden art.
And I can be pedantic about exactly when the next race is. Anyways, speaking of races tomorrow, we have got, besides the two restreams mentioned, one at 9 o'clock, one at 10 o'clock on the Two for Enterprise channels. We also have Frankie Bones versus Enjade. That is going on at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. We have also Shiru versus Judge Joe. That's at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Both of those are not restreamed races, but if you want to catch the race between those two, you can always watch it on Khadgar, or racetime.gg also allows you to put the two races side by side on the same screen. So either of those works. Oh, and yep, those are the only 4 races we have tomorrow night. So, and Falgren versus Luff, 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night for Enterprise Prime. Gilmock versus Tallgrant, 10 o'clock p.m. on this channel for Enterprise 2. Please come out and support the racers and have a good time. It's always a great experience. Thanks again to Firebird Lover for rolling the seed that we saw tonight, for Stony for pushing all of the buttons, and thanks again, Demi, for joining me here in the booth. Always a pleasure to do the comms.
Absolutely a joy to be here with you too, Garen. Thank you again, FBL. Thank you, Stony. Thank you, everybody. But for now, we're out. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, again,